Okay, so everybody back with another video. This is a Chicago police officer is dead and another is fighting for his life following a shooting during a traffic stop. So yes, now you got a Chicago police officer who was dead and another is fighting for his life. And this is during a traffic stop. And of course, as you can see, here's the scene of what took place Saturday night. A Chicago police officer has died and another officer is fighting for his life following a traffic stop Saturday night that ended in gunfire, officials say. Yeah, so two officers, they were doing a routine traffic stop, and of course one had died and the other one is fighting for his life right now. Saturday night that ended in gunfire, officials have said. The three suspects are in custody. Chicago Police Department Superintendent David Brown said during a news briefing early Sunday. Yes, so there was three suspects. They are now in custody. The Chicago Police Department Superintendent David Brown said. Earlier, Eric Carter, first deputy superintendent of police, announced the officer's death. So you got Eric Carter. He's the first deputy superintendent of police. He announced the officer's death. This evening, Chicago mourns the loss of one of its bravest and finest, and we have another officer who is struggling and fighting for his very life, Carter said. Yes, so that's what Carter said. Chicago mourns the loss of one of its bravest and finest. And what does Lori Lightfoot have to say about it? Nothing, because she's never around when something like this happened. Every weekend, about 70, 80, 90, if not more people are killed in Chicago every weekend, from Friday till Sunday, because nothing is being done about it. Officers were conducting a traffic stop on a vehicle with three people, two men and a woman, near 63rd Street and South Bell Ave, when the officers were fired on and returned fire around 9 p.m. Saturday evening, Carter says. This is just going to keep getting worse. Of course, you know there's three suspects. There was two men and a woman near 63rd Street and South Bell Avenue, and this is when the officers were fired on and returned fire around 9 p.m. Saturday evening. This is what Carter has said. During that exchange of gunfire, two officers were struck. One officer was struck, he added. So you got one officer that was struck, got another one that was struck as well. And of course, you know, this is not fair that you have to do something like this, but it happens when you got three suspects that are in custody that drew their gunfire on the officers and they both get struck. Then you know they're going to go to jail for a long time. The two officers were rushed to the University of Chicago Medical Center. One female officer died there, and another officer is currently fighting for his very life, according to Carter's. As a female officer, she died at the University of Chicago Medical Center. I believe it's a hospital or something. And then you got the other officer. He's still fighting for his life. So hopefully that he will be okay. The officers were wearing body cams and the department was reviewing the footage, Brown said. So you got these two officers that were wearing body cameras. And of course, you know, you got to review the footage, see what took place, what happened, how did it start, this and that. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who also spoke at a briefing after spending time with the family of the slain officer, described her as being very young on the job, but incredibly enthusiastic to do the work, and said the family was grieving and distraught at the loss of life. You expect me to believe what Lori Lightfoot is saying? She does not even care about the people that are dying in Chicago. It happens every weekend, and it's going to continue to happen until you get her out of office, because she is allowing this. She's giving her fake speech saying, oh, we described her as being very young on the job. Oh, really? It doesn't seem sincere to me. She's with her fake speech in that. CNN has reached out to the Chicago Police Department for more information. Of course, they're going to reach out to them. And of course, here's the photograph of what happened. Just somebody posted this on Twitter of what happened here. And of course, here's the Chicago police officer's badge that has got the black and blue arm thing on there. Just to let you know that an officer has died. The slain officer, 29, was assigned to the community safety team, Brown said in a statement. So she was assigned to a community safety team, and she was 29 years old when she was struck by the 3 suspects that are in custody. Please pray for the family and loved ones of the fallen officer who will now face a world without her. Please also pray for the recovery of the officer who is fighting for his life, Brown said. So now all you could do is pray for the fallen officer's family and loved ones. Also, please pray for the other officer who is also fighting for his life as well. These officers put the safety and lives of others above their own, serving with courage and honor despite knowing the cost. We will never forget the sacrifices these officers made to protect this city. We cannot forget. Well, yeah, of course you can't forget the officers who put their life on the line every day, because you never know if they're going to see their families again or what, because especially when they have children together. Some may not have children together. Some may just have a wife, and then you go break the news to the wife, and then she breaks down crying, and then what's going to happen? But families that are together, like husband, wife, and children, it's going to be devastating, of course. And with the female officer who had died, who knows if she was married or if she has children or not. We don't know. So this is going to be devastating for whatever family she has. Early Sunday morning, Chicago police officer lined the road leading to the Chicago Medical Examiner's office as the procession of the fallen officer was escorted by a trio of pipers and a single drummer down the street. So they had to escorted her by a trio of pipers and a single drummer down the street with this officer who was gunned down and killed. In a solemn show of support, the waiting officer stood silently at the attention, saluting the ambulance as its lights flashed slowly, passing before turning into the facility. So you got all these officers that stood silently at attention. They were saluting the ambulance as its lights flashed, slowly passing, turning into the facility. Once the vehicle was inside the driveway, the officers moved closer to the parked ambulance sitting in a receiving area at the office. So as soon as the ambulance got to where they had going, the officers did move in to the parked ambulance sitting in a receiving area at the office. Our entire city mourns the tragic loss of one of our brave heroes tonight, Every officer in this department puts the lives of others before their very own every day. Please take a moment to honor their service by sending prayers for our fallen officer. Her family and CPD tweeted Tom Ahern, spokesperson for the Chicago Police Department. Yeah, so they want the entire city mourns the tragic loss of one of their brave heroes tonight. Every officer in this department puts their lives and others before their very own every day. So this is what they do. They put their own life on the line every day, not knowing if they're going to be back home with their family or not. And it's a sad choice you have to make with the job like this. And of course, her family and CPD tweeted Tom Ahern, the spokesperson for the Chicago Police Department. And it's sad that it's happening like this every single day with the Chicago Police Department. And of course, this article is from yesterday. So, and again, here's the badge that a Chicago police officer was gunned down last night in Chicago, and she was only 29 years old. My condolences goes to her family and her friends. May they find peace in their heart. May they have closure with God. And leave your comments below. I am out.